And we have some breaking news here to start the show on CBS Sports HQ, where the Cowboys have reached a long-term deal with their D tackle Osa Odighizuwa. According to reports, it is a 4-year, $80 million deal that includes $58 million guaranteed and a $20 million signing bonus. Second most pressures among D tackles last season, right behind a guy named Chris Jones. So that's pretty good company to be in. But again, that breaking news, the Cowboys reaching a long-term deal. And of course, gentlemen, Kyle Long, Pete Prisco, I'm Jacqueline D'Agostino. The NFL trade deadline is quickly approaching. That's 4 p.m. today, and the news is already coming in. Guys, before the show started, we said, or you were saying, hey, they should reach a deal, Pete. You were expecting them to get to this point.
Well, they wanted to keep him. And anytime you want to keep him, you can get a deal done before you put the tag on him, and it made a lot of sense to get this deal done. He's 26 years old. That's the target age of any free agent. Everybody, if you look at the numbers of the guys, and I always put the ages when I rank the guys because it's important if you're 26, 27, 28 years old, those are the guys you want to pay. He's one of those guys, gets up the field, active. You mentioned the pressures. He needs to be better against the run, but the whole team needs to be better against the run. But this is a good decision by the Dallas Cowboys. And now you look down the line, you say, well, what's Micah Parsons going to get when they do his deal? Because that's coming next.
Well, this is what makes your football team's strengths even stronger. You bring a guy on the interior part of the defensive front to be able to rush, win one-on-ones. It presents a whole nother issue for offensive lines are playing. This is a great move for the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, great payday for this young man, 26 years old, going to be getting around 20 a year. But for the Cowboys, they're hoping to play with some leads to allow Big 97 to get out there and win these pass rushes. You see him up there with Chris Jones and Nnamdi Madubuike on the tops of the pressures list of defensive tackles. This is rare. You have to lock this guy up, and that's what they did.
If he had another good player next to him, because Mozzie Smith hasn't worked out, that could really occupy blockers, he'd be even better getting pressure up the field. So they got to get bigger next to him.
Yeah, and this is a guy who hasn't missed a game either. He's 26, as you mentioned, Pete, and also coming off of his best season in 2024. You mentioned Micah Parsons. Of course, that's what we're all wondering, right? Like, when's that deal going to get done? What's it going to look like? All the things. Micah is very vocal on his podcast as well, saying a lot of stuff. But Pete, you said that's coming next. What does this deal have any impact on Micah at all, if any?
No, I don't think it has any impact on him. All you got to do for Micah Parsons is take the highest paid pass rushers and give him more than that, because that's where he is right now. You're next. It's your time. It's like when the quarterbacks get their deals done. Who's the highest paid? It's your time. You go above them. And so I think Micah Parsons, the Cowboys realize that. He's such a big part of what they do. I think they will get this deal done sooner rather than
with
later.
Osa locked up now, I'm feeling from Micah Parsons' camp, he's really enjoying watching this develop for the Dallas Cowboys, because as we said, when you got good guys next to you on the inside, you're going to be blessed the opportunity to have these one-on-ones. And Micah Parsons, they don't grow on trees for him, the one-on-ones. But with a guy like this locked up for the next 4 years, he'll have his opportunities in Dallas.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like the Cowboys, this is like the first move that we've talked about with the Cowboys as breaking news, because it's been kind of quiet on the front there out in Jerry World. Pete, Kyle, we certainly appreciate it as we're bringing that breaking news to you here on CBS Sports HQ, where the Cowboys have reached a long-term deal with Osa Odighizuwa. Getting a look at some upcoming dates in the NFL, because it's never really the off-season, is it?
No.
Negotiation period. Yeah, you guys can attest to that. March 10th through 12th, that is when that officially begins. Free agency officially kicks off at 4 p.m. Eastern on March 12th as well. And then, of course, with the Combine in the rearview mirror, we are all looking forward to the NFL Draft, which kicks off on April 24th out in Green Bay, Wisconsin. All right, coming up ahead on CBS Sports HQ, we got to talk about free agency, the tag deadline, and what are the Vikings going to do with Sam Darnold? We're talking about it with the fellas coming up next.